Hello, good morning, my dear students. Welcome to Standard 10. Now, you have to study a number of chapters in Standard 10. The first chapter is cell division, cell cycle, and the structure of chromosomes. You know, any sort of organism made up of cells, whether they are unicellular or multicellular. So, all about the cell you should know. The cell, when divide and increase their number, they form the many cells, and then they organize into tissue, tissue into the organs, and different organs forming the system, and many systems altogether forming one organ, multicellular organ. In human beings, you know, we are multicellular organ. So here also our cell divide, multiply. This is a type of reproduction. You know, the any sort of organism multiply themselves, producing of its own kind. Like white cell also divide and multiply themselves. So the process by which the cell divide, known as cell division. So when a very small cell undergoes cell division, passing through different stages, again able to produce the daughter cells. These daughter cells, after getting mature, again produce the cells. So they pass and follow a specific pathway known as cell cycle. Cycle, the place from where the cell starts its journey, finally reaches to the cell. So cell cycle consisting of the cell division phase as well as the interphase, when the cell or cells do not divide. This interphase between the two cell division, very important one. Although it appears to be inactive, but metabolically very active. So interphase and cell division together forming the cell cycle. So every cell capable of division passes through recurring events called cell cycle. When we study the cell cycle, we will find the different stages. In interphase, again, the very small cell grow into the large mature cell, attaining its maximum size. But how? After synthesizing a number of proteins, they grow inside and then it forms the mature cell. So this interphase that seems to be simple, but still inactive, still it is active, and this interphase is divided into three main phases. The first phase, G1 phase. The second one, S phase. And the third one, the G2 phase. The G1 phase, that is the gap 1 or growth phase 1. S phase standing for synthetic phase. And the G2, that is the growth 2. But what sort of the growth takes place? In G1 phase, the small cell, a small daughter cell, grow into the large parent cell. During this phase, a number of proteins are required, and that proteins are synthesized on RNA. So RNA first synthesized on DNA. So in G1 phase, the synthesis of RNA takes place on DNA template. And then the required proteins are in S phase. The synthesis of DNA takes place. So mark the difference. In G1 phase, RNA synthesized on DNA. When RNA synthesized on DNA, then it is known as transcription. But when DNA synthesized on DNA, then it is known as replication. Clear? The synthesis of RNA takes place on DNA in G1 phase, growth phase. And in S phase, DNA synthesized on DNA known as replication or duplication. Why it is necessary? You know, in cell division, one parent cell divides into 2 or more cells. But how? All the substances should be doubled. So DNA also get doubled or duplicated. The G2 phase, very important one. It also in which the RNA synthesis takes place. Again, RNA synthesis takes place. For what? For the synthesis of proteins or enzymes required for the cell division. So, be careful. The interphase mainly divided in 3 stages: G1 phase, S phase, and G2 phase. G1 phase, that is the growth phase in which RNA and proteins are synthesized for the growth of daughter cell to be the parent cell. And in S phase, DNA synthesized on the DNA for the duplication of genetic material, DNA, that is the main part of our chromosome or genes. And G2 phase, again the proteins, specific proteins are required. And for that, RNA synthesized, protein synthesized, enzyme synthesized, and that is utilized in the cell division phase. So, cell cycle consisting of interphase and the division phase. The most common type of the cell division is mitosis, that brings about growth and development of any organism, and similarly in the human beings. So very small embryo that form after the fusion of the male gamete and the female gamete, the zygote form diploid structure, and that divides and redivides, forming a large number of the cells. Then the multicellular structure develops, it gets differentiated into the different parts, and that is the embryo. And these embryo later on grow and increase in size, delivered in the form of small baby, and the baby again grow and become the child. The child grow into the adult, and then finally they finally grew older. So in this way, for such events, cell division very important. On the basis of certain characteristics, the cell division, here in your syllabus, you have to study the mitosis mainly, but you have to compare with the meiosis cell division also. So when a cell, when a mature cell, when a parent cell divide into two daughter cells, and each daughter cell having the same number of chromosomes as the parent cell have, known as mitosis. Listen carefully. Mitosis is the cell division in which the parent cell divide into two daughter cells. Two daughter cells, each daughter cell having same number of chromosomes as the parent cell have. Now from the example I am giving you, the human being, our body having all the cell, almost the diploid cell. What is diploid cell? Each cell of our body that have two set of chromosomes. Two set means each type of the chromosome present in two number. So you know, in human beings, our cells, our body cells or the somatic cell having 46 chromosomes. That means 23 pairs. Similarly, other organisms also having different chromosomes in pairs. So the 46 chromosome, that means 23 pairs, and that is the diploid cell. So our body cells, also known as somatic cells, have the two set of chromosomes. That is the diploid cell. So 46 chromosome. So when the mitosis takes place in parent cell of the human beings, it divides into two daughter cells, each having 46 chromosomes. So this is the mitosis. But it is not so simple as I told you. The whole process of cell division is studied under the two headings. The first stage is division of nucleus, known as karyokinesis, and the division of cytoplasm. As earlier in classes in 9, I have already explained the cell having the three important components: cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. So during cell division, nucleus divides, then the cytoplasm divides, and finally the parent cell divides into two daughter cells, and each daughter cell having the nucleus with 46 chromosomes, that means 23 pairs. So that is the mitosis. But the karyokinesis, that is the division of nucleus. Karyon means nucleus. Kinesis means division. Division of nucleus. So further, for our convenience, our biologist, our cytologist divided the karyokinesis in different stages for our easier understanding. And all these different stages under the karyokinesis named different. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So when mitosis takes place, that means there will be the division of nucleus and division of cytoplasm. The division of nucleus we study under 4 headings: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. And the prophase, what happens in the prophase? What are the features of the metaphase, anaphase, telophase? And after the 4 stages, then division of cytoplasm takes place and known as cytokinesis. Known as cytokinesis. So karyokinesis and cytokinesis together forming the whole process mitosis. Mitosis was first of all described by Strasburger in 1875 in plant cells, and Walter Fleming in 1879 in animal cells, and named it as mitosis in 1880. Now come to the karyokinesis, the first stage, that is your prophase. What happens in prophase? You know, the nucleus having the chromatin network that is not distinct. It is a network of genetic material, the entangled mass of the genetic material, made up of DNA and histone proteins. But during mitosis, karyokinesis, and the prophase, what happens? The shortening and thickening of the chromosomes takes place, which are present in the form of nuclear material, chromatin network. It becomes shorter and thicker due to condensation. And the nuclear membrane also begins to disappear, slowly dissolve and disappear. So finally, the chromatin network, which is not clear, after shortening and condensation, coiling and supercoiling, converted into the fixed number of rod-like structures, and that is the chromosomes. In animal cell and in plant cell, there is slight difference. In animal cell, in cytoplasm, a very specific organelle, cell organelle found, that is the centrosome. It plays a very important role in cell division. And each centrosome consisting of 2 centrioles. This centrosome divides into 2 centrioles and moving apart and they form the two pole. So in animal cells, the centriole start moving towards the two poles, and from the two poles, a number of astral rays arise. Some reaches to the another pole, some get attached with the chromosomes, and the genetic material, that is the chromatin network, which was not clear in the interphase cell, now it is clear, distinct. And after this, the disappearance of the nuclear membrane, shortening, thickening of the nuclear material, then the chromosomes get closure and arranged in the center, known as equator. So this is the equator of the cell between the two poles made up of centrioles. So to the diagram, you can see what happens in the animal cell during the karyokinesis. You will see here. In this diagram, the centrosome divide into the two centrioles. They form their star-like structure, moving apart, forming the two poles. The chromosomes now clear, and they get arranged in or on the equator, each chromosome having very specific shape. The astral rays, that is the spindle fiber, they get attached with the chromosomes, and all chromosomes get arranged in the middle. In the diagram, figure 1.3, you can see the D, metaphase. To the arrow, it is seen from early prophase to mid prophase, then the late prophase, and finally the metaphase. So this is the most distinguishing feature of the metaphase. In examination, it is asked. In examination, the diagram will be given. From these diagrams, one diagram will be given, and you have to identify which stage, and then you have to name it, and you have to write the different characteristic features, and the stage before that and after that. So after prophase, metaphase. In metaphase, chromosomes, you can see here, that is arranged on the equator in the middle, and then the division proceeds, and you will see here in the anaphase, after metaphase, the anaphase, you can see the chromosomes moving towards the opposite pole. How it happens? The chromosomes, when you observe minutely, you will find that each chromosome duplicated. You can see here. So when these two chromosomes, that is the chromatids of one chromosome, they remain attached with the centromere, here get divided, and each part moving towards the respective pole. You can see in figure E, you can see early enough. Slightly complicated, but you can understand. So here moving towards the opposite pole. So again, you can see in prophase, the number of chromosomes consisting of each chromosome consisting of two chromatids, and their number is 4. And again in after metaphase, anaphase, you can see the 4 chromatids moving towards the opposite pole, and finally reaches to the pole in late anaphase. You can see. So when all the chromatids reach at two different poles, opposite poles, then the next phase, that is the telophase, start. So what are the features of the anaphase? The separation of the chromatids of the chromosome takes place in anaphase and moving towards the opposite pole. Very important feature of anaphase. Ana means opposite. And in telophase, what happens? Just you see all the chromosomes get collected at the pole, respective poles, and now again the fragments of the nuclear material, nuclear membrane appears here. Finally, they develop the nuclear membrane, and again you see in late telophase, the chromosomes losing its identity due to decondensation, again changes into the network-like structure, and again forming the entangled mass of chromatin network. At the same time, you can see in between the two poles, from outside you can see there is the depression in the cell membrane and slowly deepens inside, and finally from one single cell the two daughter cells form. You can see here in the last stage, and this separation of cytoplasm into two daughter cells, each containing the daughter nuclei, a nucleus, a single centrosome, and the division of the cell completes. So mitosis seems to be simple, but a very complex one. So from the parent cell in diagram 1.3a, early prophase, mid prophase, late prophase, metaphase, so another stage, and then the early anaphase, late anaphase, next stage, that is the third stage, and the early telophase, late telophase, and finally the cytokinesis takes place. So mitosis takes place. So when you go through the diagram and study minutely, you will understand the mitosis. Now question arises, what is the importance of or significance of mitosis? Mitosis that results in the formation of many cells. The two cells further, after getting mature, divide into the 4 cells. Again the 4 daughter cells, after getting mature, again divide into the 8 cells. And finally, so in this way, it gets multiplied and many cells form and the whole organelle form. So significance is very important. Here you can see the same mitosis in plant cell. A very distinct thing you can find here. No centrosome as it is found in animal cell. And in animal cell, you can see only the cell membrane, but here you can see the cell wall also. And the sharp difference in the cytokinesis. In cytokinesis, a number of material get deposited in between the two daughter nuclei, and the cytoplasm divided into two parts. Two daughter cells form. You can see here also the interphase, where the nucleus is in the form of chromatin network. The first here, from there, the prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, late telophase, and cytokines. So these are the differences between the mitotic division in animal cell and plant cell. Now the significance maintenance of the chromosome number. So after division, the same number remains. So maintain the constant number. Maintenance of the cell size. It brings about the growth and development after the zygote formation. When there will be any sort of the cut, injury, that injured part is repaired and replaced by the new cells after the mitotic cell division. It also helps in some of the organisms, similarly in the amoeba and plants also. Most common type of reproduction, asexual reproduction, brings about by the mitotic cell division. Regeneration, certain parts of the certain organism get broken, and again that parts regenerated. In that, mitosis help. And initially, I have already told you the embryonic death. So in this way, today I explained mitotic cell division. In the next class, I will explain the meiosis and compare it with. So, okay, thank you.